The worst thing that could happen to somebody after getting off a flight happened to a couple of us. And I will never forget Tommy, Kristen, Cassie, and I looking at each other when it happened. And just the sheer look of this cannot be occurring, wiping over all of our faces when it happened.
The only thing I could think of is, can we guess?
Sure.
Is that your bags didn't arrive?
No.
Okay.
You had to save another life.
No. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. We didn't have to save a life in San Diego.
Yeah, no more flight attendants passing out in bathroom stalls. We were good there.
It is not saving somebody's life.
The worst thing that can happen to somebody when you land. The worst.
The worst. Oh, I forget that you two were there. Okay, no more guessing. So we had a moment together when this was all occurring that just made me think, I'm glad we're all in this together, because if I had to endure this alone, I don't know that I could survive. So to paint the picture for you, we just spent 4 days at this radio convention in San Diego. It was mildly exhausting, not because the panels were that interesting. We were just drinking a lot. So we wake up on Saturday and I'm mildly hungover. I've had a little bit of like a rough couple of days.
It was a marathon. It wasn't a sheer amount of alcohol. It was the marathon amount,
yes.
I think.
It was the waking up. It was the active listening during the panels, and then going to dinner, and then drinking, and then me trying edibles for the 7th time and being surprised when things don't end up well.
Not to mention that 3-hour time difference that plays a part.
And the 3-hour time difference. So we get off this flight, and the first thing I'm thinking is, I cannot wait to get in my bed. Oh, yeah. I'm so glad it is 7 p.m. Eastern time, because all I want to do is sleep. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to see anybody. I'm so glad that I get to go home to an empty apartment. So we get our bags. Thank God our bags are there. We're thrilled. And we're talking about getting a ride. And Tommy's like, oh gosh, like I drove here. Like I can take you all home. And I'm like, oh, get to save money on an Uber. This is amazing. Life is working out so well.
You're welcome for the budget, by the way. Tommy saved you so much money by taking all 3 of us home.
So much money. Yeah. And turns out we love Tommy's car.
Oh my God.
Tommy has the greatest car ever. It's like an electric SUV. It's pristine. There's ambient lighting. The back seats have heated and cooled seats. Yeah. It was amazing.
This dude can talk about this car for hours at a time, man. He was telling me like this thing goes 0 to like 140 in 3 seconds.
It does.
So,
and if your grandpa is at home in a wheelchair, you can ice skate outside and plug up your boombox, according to the Super Bowl commercial. It's a Kia EV9.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
So we love this car.
A key. What'd you say it was?
Kia EV9.
But before we could get to the illustrious Kia EV9.
Random? Seem random to you?
No, I just, when you okayed him, I thought you was being sarcastic. You really knew what he was talking about?
Not really.
Thanks
for calling me out.
It was one of the best Super Bowl commercials. Anyway.
So before we could get to this illustrious vehicle, we had to make a treacherous journey from Atlanta Hartsfield Airport to the big warehouse where he was storing his vehicle. And then the one troll we had to get through was our bus driver.
The one troll.
We had to answer several riddles.
He was not a troll. He was an angel that was just very excited.
Angel being the operative word, because it was very church-like.
He loves his job, and he wants to spread his joy everywhere.
Oh, don't you hate these people?
He was so happy.
People that are happy and enjoying their job.
You think we were bad in the back of the Uber while we were making videos for Abby's Hinge matches?
Yeah.
This was 1,000 times more than that.
No, it wasn't worse than that.
Yes, it was.
He made us have a group verbal handshake. So he said that anytime that we saw each other out and about, which when were we going to see these other randos in the bus that we were on? He goes, you need to look each other in the eye and go, what's up?
No, he didn't.
And then he made us all do, what's up?
That's throwback for real.
I was shocked. Because I know Kristen's married to Bart. And if Bart had been up in here, he would have come unglued. And I was genuinely surprised, Kristen, at how you reacted to this, because you took it on and you embraced it.
I did embrace it because it's not often. Well, here's the reason why. Bryant was a lovely individual. Yes, I remember his name. And he was so overfilled with joy, and he was an infectious person. Granted, the setting wasn't right because we had just done a cross-country flight and just wanted to like sit in silence. But he wasn't going to have that. He was building camaraderie amongst the passengers because it was myself, Cassie, Abby, Tommy. There was 2 other women on our flight, and then another dude who did not speak one word, had his headphones on the entire time.
I was so jealous of him. I was like, I wish I could clock out in this moment.
You got to understand at these conventions too, all we're doing is like extroverting. So when we finally get home, all we want is a little silence, right?
So Bryant's asking us all these questions, where we were, what we were doing there, and then he's asking if anybody has an August birthday because he wanted to sing his birthday song.
Oh, wow.
But nobody said they had a birthday in October. And then he's like, any anniversaries? And then Abby from the back goes, we were at a funeral.
No, you didn't. Did you really?
Because I wanted him to shut up.
Just to try to throw him off.
Oh, that's foul.
I was hoping if I said we were at a funeral, he would dial it down.
This is good stuff singing a funeral song?
Yeah.
No, and then Bryant goes, a celebration of life.
That won't stop me.
I had to call Abby out though because this guy was telling church-related jokes, and he had on the Christian station, and
said,
I'm like, you can't be lying to him. I said, she's lying.
His joke was, let's make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here.
Come on, fam.
Amazing. I couldn't he was putting so much effort, and it's obvious he cares about his job, and he just wants to make other people smile. So I went with it.
Man, he's got to learn to read the room. No one on that, but Kristen was holding it together, and in part, I think also for me because my husband was supposed to pick me up with a hamburger in hand, and that was the important part, not him and the kids, the hamburger, because I was starving. And I'm at baggage claim. I text him. I'm like, hey, got my bag, and all I get back is Jesus Christ. And then he calls. He's like, you can either wait there for 40 minutes or take an Uber. I'm like, what do you mean you're not outside with my 5 guys? So thank God Tommy saved the day, but I'm in a pissed off mood.
Cassie was so mad.
She's like,
so I told him 6:45. What did he think 6:45 mean?
And then I'm on this damn shuttle, and Brian's like, what up? And I'm like, I'm going to kill somebody is what's up.
I was about to throw myself off the moving bus.
Your good attitude is not welcome around here.
Save all that positive energy.
Oh, God bless Bryant.
The Bert Show.